Hey guys, what's going on? Jake Ryan is Epic here, and I'm going to be talking about the 7th annual Survivor Series, which is in 1993. Now, this Survivor Series was probably one of the shortest that I've seen. There were only 5 matches on the card, but there was this one match between the Heavenly Bodies and the Rock and Roll Express, which was pretty good in my opinion, but I'll get to that in due time. Let's jump into Survivor Series. The first match was a traditional Survivor Series match between Team Ramon and Team Diesel. And Team Ramon ended up winning. It was a generic traditional Survivor Series elimination match. Nothing really special going on here. The next match was Team HBK versus Team Hart. Now, in this match you could tell that this was in HBK in his prime. Like, he was the Intercontinental Champion and he just did not care about anyone except himself. Because he and his team of knights, it was he, the Red Knight, the Blue Knight, and the Black Knight, teamed against the Hart family. It was Keith Hart, Bruce Hart, Owen Hart, and Bret Hart. Of course, Bret the Hitman Hart. Now, Keith and Bruce Hart were not professional wrestlers. They used to wrestle, but one of them was a firefighter and the other was a history teacher, I believe. But they wrestle amazing. You could tell that they were from Stu Hart's dungeon, who was also at ringside. This was a very good match. The Hart family ended up winning. They won by shutout when Shawn Michaels walked out. This match was very unique because you had Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary, who just took an absolute crap on the Hart family. Just like shot them down at every turn, completely just took a major dump on them, trying to just ruin their reputation. But people were just not having it. They loved the Hart family, but Bobby Heenan just for some reason did not like the Hart family, and I don't know why. Like I said, when I watch these Survivor Series, I don't skip ahead just to see what the stories are. I just call it like I see it. But another unique thing about this match was that they had this guy who was the host of the Family Feud back in the 90s. This is back in the 90s now. And why did they have him here? I mean, it's like Simon Diamond once said, he was a TNA manager back when TNA was really good. It's like a wrestler going to Major League Baseball and saying, "I'm an athlete too, let me show you." This guy who hosted Family Feud was coming on to wrestling and say, "Hey, I like wrestling, I think I know about it, let me commentate." And I just didn't like it, because he's not a wrestler, he's not a wrestling commentator, he works on a game show, yet why do they have him? It's amazing. But the next match, like I said, was probably the best on the card. It was the Heavenly Bodies versus the Rock and Roll Express. Now, Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross were on commentary for this match, and if you have never heard Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross, I suggest you do, because they are amazing on commentary. They don't story tell, they just call the action like they see it. The only reason why they deviate from the wrestling is to hurl insults at Bobby the Brain Heenan, just like, "Oh, that weasel." But they called the match down the middle. They knew every move. It was just phenomenal commentary by Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon. The Heavenly Bodies won when they did a sunset flip powerbomb, I believe it was. But the unique thing about this match was that they were not from the WWE. They were from this promotion called Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which I think is pretty cool. I think that maybe this is just a concept, but maybe we should have some guys from TNA come over to WWE and see who's better. Maybe just do an alliance thing like they did back in 2001, which I will get to in another video. But it's just an idea, like I said. So next up, it was Team Head Shrinkers versus the Four Doinks. And the Four Doinks won by shutout once again. Now, this match was clearly for comic relief, because the Head Shrinkers were just were just failing on all levels. They just completely jobbed out. Like, they were just tripping over themselves. Whenever they would have a pin cover, they would just like say, "No, forget it. I'm just gonna eat me some chicken," because this is the Head Shrinkers, and the guy was out there with the chicken carcass again. He's like, hey, if you're having some chicken, let me share, you know? Bam Bam Bigelow and Bunsen Booger. Bunsen Booger, that is a guy who is on this team, and that's his real name. That's his wrestling name, Bunsen Booger. I swear to God. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And anyway, the four Doinks ended up winning. The final match, which was the main event, it was the All-Americans versus the Foreign Fanatics. The All-American... Now, before this match, they played a promo that showed The Undertaker coming out to replace a member of the All-Americans. And in his coat, you know, the one where he removes to get up the stairs, he had an American flag on his jacket, inside the lining of his jacket. And I'm thinking to myself, that is just completely against his character. I mean, Undertaker's supposed to be this dark, mythical presence, and here he comes out, "Let freedom ring." That just like, I'm not getting anything, you know? But the All-Americans end up winning when Lex Luger ends up hitting them with a bionic forearm. So, I enjoyed making these videos, guys. I appreciate all the views. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.